So with my history and my values, I also need to have a solid theory base. My overarching theoretical framework would be the critical postmodern perspective, described well by Jan Fuchs, in that there is no absolute truth, and developing an awareness of diversity rather than binary difference, and therefore a willingness to engage with narratives and with each individual's own truths. So within this framework, I also look at feminist theory, which can assist me to realise each individual experience in the context of patriarchal oppression, both societal and structural, and challenge this. So feminist practice sees human beings as holistic, relational, and part of the natural order. So practicing holistically, using the body, mind, heart, and spirit. Working to deconstruct the dominant male discourse, such as that evident in the biomedical model, to value women's capacities and listen to women's voices, minimising power differentials. I've included whiteness theory here because I must be continually aware and continually reminded that my middle class white status is underpinned by a number of values and assumptions that reflect the norms of the dominant culture, and I must be continually aware of white privilege. Community development practice includes activities to promote social inclusion, help people to connect and develop capacity, confidence, self-esteem, social engagement, and an important part of this practice is to build trust, sense of identity and self-esteem, help people establish social networks, and therefore re-establish hope and a sense of purpose in life. So working to empower and motivate and enable individuals, families and communities, and help provide them with the skills, resources, networks and information they need to pursue their own goals. Relationship-based practice, founded on the idea that human relationships are of paramount importance and should be at the heart of all good social work. So really working to nurture relationships through building trust, deep listening, empathizing, really working to understand the problem from their perspective, to bring an open and compassionate attitude at all times. And the strength-based practices, looking at possibilities rather than problems, being optimistic, giving a sense of hope, working to uncover strengths, focusing on assets, possibilities, working to empower, working to collaborate, encourage the telling of stories, to understand and to create a feeling of community. So lastly, mindfulness practices. I see mindfulness as an important practice for myself as a social worker to bring greater inner and outer awareness. So by consciously paying attention to the present moment and what is happening around us with an attitude of openness and non-judgment, but also what is happening within us to become more attuned to our use of self. So paying attention to the body sensations, that notion of embodied practice, mindfulness can help cultivate and sustain awareness about ourself, improve our skills of critical reflection, emotional balance, because we do know, and neuroscience has shown, that the body and the mind are linked. So now thinking about what are the skills that I will bring to the practice. The skills that I will bring to practice include those taken from the AASW practice standards, which include interpersonal skills, communication skills, skills in reflective and critical thinking and analysis, data collection and management, and negotiation and mediation. I've also thought about the importance of critical self-reflection and developed a model to assist me in this practice.